Have you ever picked up your phone just for 5 minutes, maybe to check a message, scroll a little, or watch one quick video, and then looked up to realize an entire hour has vanished? Your to-do list is still untouched, your energy feels drained, and instead of feeling refreshed, you feel guilty, restless, and strangely empty. I know that feeling all too well. I've been there, trapped in the endless cycle of swiping, tapping, refreshing, and telling myself, just one more scroll. And the truth is, it's not your fault. These devices are designed to keep us hooked. Every notification, every colorful icon, every algorithm pulling us deeper. It's built to capture your attention and keep you coming back. Here's a reality check. Studies show the average person spends more than 3 to 4 hours a day on their phone. That's not counting work. That's just scrolling, watching, consuming. And when you add it up, that's nearly an entire month of your life. Every single year, loss of screens. Think about what you could be doing with that time. Learning, building, connecting, or simply living fully. But here's the good news. You're not stuck. You have the power to reclaim your focus, your time, and your life. And this video is going to show you how to break free from mobile addiction step by step. If you're ready to take back control, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing so you never miss the tools, strategies, and motivation that will help you break free and step into your best self. The trap of mobile addiction. Let's be honest. Your phone isn't just a tool anymore. It's a slot machine in your pocket. Every notification, every new post, every swipe is like pulling a lever and hoping for a reward. Sometimes you get a funny video, sometimes a like on your photo, sometimes just nothing. But that maybe next time feeling keeps you coming back. That's dopamine at work, the brain's chemical of anticipation and reward. And app designers know exactly how to use it against you. I remember nights when I told myself, I'll just check a couple of messages before bed. One reel turned into 5, then 50. Suddenly, the clock read 2 a.m. My eyes were heavy, my mind was buzzing, and sleep was nowhere in sight. The next morning, I woke up exhausted, guilty, and wondering, why do I keep doing this to myself? Maybe you've had nights like that too. Here's the truth. Phones are engineered to be addictive. Social media platforms, games, even news apps. They're built with infinite scroll features, so there's never a natural stopping point. Think about it. When you finish a book, you close it. When a movie ends, the credits roll. But your feed, it never ends. It's like standing in front of an endless buffet. And just like junk food, it might taste good in the moment, but too much leaves you feeling sick, heavy, and drained. Science backs this up. Researchers have found that excessive phone use can actually rewire your attention span, making it harder to focus deeply on tasks. Instead of sitting with one thought, your brain gets trained to crave constant stimulation. That's why long conversations, work projects, or even just sitting quietly can feel uncomfortable. You're used to the quick hit of something new. And it doesn't stop there. Sleep loss is a massive side effect. Blue light from screens tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime, keeping you wired when you should be resting. Studies link late-night scrolling to poorer sleep quality, more stress, and even higher rates of anxiety and depression. Add procrastination into the mix. How many times have you delayed something important just to check one more thing? And you realize the cost is higher than just wasted minutes. But I want you to hear this clearly. It's not a weakness in you. It's a trap designed to catch even the smartest people. The fact that you're here, watching this video, shows that you're already aware and ready to fight back. And awareness is the first step toward freedom. So here's your simple challenge for today. Just notice. Don't change anything yet. Just track. Every time you pick up your phone, ask yourself, did I open this with purpose or out of habit? You might be surprised how often it's the latter. Keep a small note on your desk or in your journal and jot it down. Awareness turns invisible into the visible. And once you see the trap clearly, you're already halfway to escaping it. Why it's so hard to quit? You probably asked yourself this question before. If I know my phone is wasting my time, then why can't I just stop? It seems so simple. Just put it down, right? But here's the truth. Quitting isn't easy because you're not fighting just your own willpower. You're fighting billion-dollar industries that spend every second figuring out how to keep your eyes glued to the screen. At the heart of this struggle is something called the dopamine loop. Think of dopamine as your brains want more chemical. It fires every time you expect a reward. That's why scrolling feels like pulling a slot machine lever. You never know when the next reel, notification, or message will make you laugh, inspire you, or give you a little rush of validation. Most of the time, the hit isn't even that great, but your brain keeps whispering, maybe the next one will be better. Then there's FOMO, the fear of missing out. What if your friends are posting something without you? What if there's breaking news? What if someone messages you and you don't reply instantly? That thought alone is enough to make you pick up your phone again and again. And companies know this. That's why apps send you constant alerts. Not always because something is important, but because they know that tiny buzz will pull you back in. And it works. Think about it. How many times have you been studying, working, or even sitting at dinner, only to feel your phone light up? You don't even think. You just grab it. One quick check turns into 10 minutes, then 30. Or maybe you've had a rough day, and instead of deal with that feeling, you open Instagram or TikTok. Scrolling becomes an escape, a distraction. For a while it feels good, but afterward, you're left even more drained. And here's what I want you to understand. This is not because you're weak. It's not because you lack discipline. These tools are designed, engineered, and optimized to hook you. They use the same psychology that casinos use to keep gamblers at slot machines. Except here, you're not losing money. You're losing your time, your focus, and your peace of mind. But here's the empowering part. Once you see the mechanism, you can start breaking free from it. Imagine it like seeing the strings of a puppet show. Once you notice the strings, the magic trick doesn't control you anymore. So here's your takeaway for today. Build in a pause. Every time you reach for your phone, don't unlock it right away. Just stop and ask yourself, why am I opening this? Do I have a reason, or is it just habit? That single moment of awareness can interrupt the automatic loop. You might still open it sometimes, but now you're choosing, not just reacting, and choice is the first step to control. Remember, breaking free isn't about perfection. It's about small wins, one pause at a time. The hidden costs of mobile addiction. Every habit has a price. And with mobile addiction, the cost is often invisible until one day you look back and realize what you've lost. Picture this. You sit down to work on a project you've been meaning to finish. You have energy, you're ready, you open your laptop, then your phone buzzes. You check it. 5 minutes later, you're scrolling. 30 minutes later, you're still scrolling. By the time you drag yourself back to the project, your focus is gone, your motivation has drained, and the energy you had at the start has slipped away. That opportunity to produce your best work, gone. Or think about conversations. You're sitting with a friend, but your hand keeps sliding to your pocket. You glance at the screen while they're talking, nodding without really listening. The moment feels shallow, disconnected. They notice, even if they don't say it. Over time, this constant distraction erodes relationships. Instead of being fully present, we're half there, half somewhere else. The scariest cost, though, is time. I once coached someone who tracked their phone use for a week. When they added it up, they realized they were spending nearly 35 hours a week on their device, the equivalent of a full-time job. They were shocked. That was time they could have used to build a business, learn a skill, deepen a relationship, or simply rest. The realization hit hard. They hadn't just been wasting minutes. They'd been giving away chunks of their life. And science confirms these consequences. Studies show heavy phone use reduces memory retention. You don't remember as much because your brain isn't practicing deep focus. Productivity plummets because multitasking between apps destroys efficiency. Even more, constant phone use is linked to higher anxiety, loneliness, and stress. When your brain is always chasing the next notification, it rarely rests in a calm, creative state where real growth happens. But I want to be honest, it's painful to admit these costs. None of us want to look in the mirror and say, I've wasted years on my phone. Yet that pain has a purpose. Awareness is the first step toward freedom. You can't change what you don't see. Once you recognize how much your phone has stolen, your time, your focus, your peace, you ignite the motivation to take it back. And here's the hopeful side. Imagine what life looks like when you're free. Imagine mornings where you wake up refreshed, not groggy from late night scrolling. Imagine deep, meaningful conversations without a buzzing screen pulling you away. Imagine finishing projects faster, having energy to chase your dreams, and feeling fully alive in the moment. That's what you stand to gain. The cost is real, but so is the reward. So here's your challenge. Grab a notebook and journal honestly. Write this question at the top of the page. How has mobile use stolen my time and energy this week? Don't filter. Don't sugarcoat. Just write. Because once you see the loss clearly, you'll feel the fire to reclaim what's yours. Small shifts, big wins. Here's the truth. Breaking free from mobile addiction doesn't start with huge, dramatic moves. It starts with small shifts, the kind that feel almost too simple but create ripple effects across your entire life. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, and for the first time in months, you don't reach for your phone. Instead of checking notifications before your eyes are fully open, you stretch, breathe, maybe sip a glass of water. The room feels calmer. Your mind feels clearer. You're not instantly thrown into the noise of other people's lives. You begin your day on your own terms. That single choice sets the tone for everything that follows. So how do you create that kind of shift? Start with practical, manageable changes. First, remove unnecessary apps. Ask yourself, which apps add value to my life, and which ones only drain it? Social media, mindless games, clickbait apps, they're like junk food in your pocket. Deleting them or even moving them off your home screen creates instant friction that stops automatic scrolling. Second, try grayscale mode. Phones are designed with bright, addictive colors for a reason. Red notifications, glowing icons. They pull at your attention like neon signs in a casino. Switching your phone to grayscale removes that psychological lure. Suddenly, the screen looks dull, less exciting, and less tempting. Many people are shocked at how powerful this simple change is. Third, set screen-free zones. Make your bedroom a sanctuary. No phone by the bed. Instead, use an alarm clock. Create phone-free meals where you give your attention fully to food and the people around you. These no-phone zones act as guardrails. They protect your most valuable moments from digital intrusion. And this isn't just theory. Research backs it up. Studies show that people who consciously reduce screen time report better moods, less stress, and improved productivity. One study even found that cutting down social media use to just 30 minutes a day led to significant improvements in mental health within weeks. Small shifts really do deliver big wins. Of course, these changes might feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel phantom vibrations in your pocket or reach for your phone without thinking. That's normal. Remember, you're retraining your brain. It takes time, but with every small boundary you set, you're breaking the old cycle and building a new one. So here's your takeaway for today. Choose one small boundary. Just one. Maybe it's no phone during breakfast. Maybe it's putting it across the room while you sleep. Maybe it's deleting one app you know drains your energy. Don't overcomplicate it. One small win builds momentum, and momentum builds transformation. Because here's the secret. Freedom from mobile addiction doesn't come from willpower alone. It comes from structure. The more you create an environment where your phone isn't in control, the more you'll find yourself naturally living with focus, energy, and presence. And once you taste that freedom, even in small doses, you'll want more, replacing addiction with purpose. The breakthrough doesn't happen when you throw your phone away. It happens when you learn to live with it on your terms. The mindset shift. Here's the truth. You can't just delete habits. You have to replace them. If you simply uninstall an app but leave a void in your routine, the temptation will come roaring back. That's why lasting change isn't about quitting. It's about shifting from distraction to direction. Think of your habits as energy. That energy doesn't disappear. It just flows somewhere else. Right now, it's flowing into endless scrolling, late-night swiping, or opening your phone every few minutes just to check. But with a small shift, that same energy can fuel reading, creating, walking, journaling, or even just sitting in quiet clarity. Empathy first. If you ever said to yourself, I waste so much time on my phone, but I can't stop, you're not broken, you're human. These apps are designed to hook you. They reward you with dopamine hits every time you open them. So don't feel guilty. Instead, feel powerful because now you're aware. And awareness is the first step toward freedom. Ideas for replacement. 1. Reading. Instead of 20 minutes of scrolling, read 10 pages of a book. Over a year, that's 12 to 15 books finished. 2. Journaling. Capture your thoughts, your struggles, your goals. The phone numbs, but journaling heals. 3. Walking. A 15-minute walk outside clears the fog that Instagram never will. 4. Schedule phone use. Try this. Instead of checking your phone whenever it buzzes, decide you'll check it 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, evening. Suddenly, you control the device, not the other way around. Visualize it. Picture this. You wake up, stretch, sip some water, and instead of grabbing your phone, you step outside for a short walk. The air feels sharp and alive. You're not starting your day in reaction to memes, news, or other people's opinions. You're starting it in control. Now imagine yourself opening your phone later, but with intention. You check only what matters. You use it as a tool, not a trap. That shift, the tool versus the trap, is a line between addiction and purpose. Optimistic realism. At first, this will not feel natural. Your fingers will itch to open that familiar app. You'll feel restless without the constant buzz. But stick with it. Every time you replace scrolling with something intentional, you strengthen the muscle of discipline, and discipline compounds. After a week, you'll notice moments of peace. After a month, you'll notice clarity. And in a year, you won't even recognize the old version of yourself who was chained to the feed. Actionable takeaway. Don't try to rebuild your whole life overnight. Start with one ritual. Create a 15-minute offline break today. Walk, meditate, journal, stretch, pray, or simply breathe. Make it sacred. No screens allowed. That small ritual is the wedge that opens the door to bigger change. And before long, you'll see what was once an addiction has become a channel of purpose. Because freedom isn't about fighting your phone. Freedom is about choosing you. Building long-term digital discipline. Breaking free from digital distraction isn't just about quick fixes. It's about building a new way of living. The real payoff comes not in the first week, but in the habits that stack up over months and years. That's when you feel it. A sharper mind, a calmer spirit, and a life lived with intention instead of impulse. The payoff. Picture this. You're at dinner with your family, and your phone is on silent in the other room. No buzzing, no glowing screen pulling your eyes away. Just laughter, conversation, and presence. Later, you fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and wake up refreshed. This is a reward of discipline. It's not punishment, it's freedom. Steps for lasting change. Discipline doesn't appear overnight. It's built brick by brick. Here are a few powerful steps to make digital balance sustainable. 1. Digital detox days. Choose one day a week to unplug. Even half a day counts. Use that time to read, cook, explore, or just be still. You'll be amazed at how quickly your mind resets. 2. Screen time limit apps. Leverage technology against itself. Apps like Freedom, Opal, or even built-in screen time trackers can cut off your most distracting apps after a certain limit. At first, it feels restrictive. Over time, it feels like relief. 3. Accountability partners. Willpower doubles when you're not alone. Tell a friend or family member about your goal. Share progress. Celebrate wins and admit struggles. When you know someone's watching, you'll rise to the challenge. The science behind it. Experts in behavior change say the key is habit stacking, attaching a new habit to one you already do. For example, after I brush my teeth at night, I'll put my phone in another room. Over time, that pairing becomes automatic. Research also shows accountability is one of the strongest drivers of consistency. Studies on fitness, dieting, and productivity all point to the same truth. When you track progress and share with others, success rates skyrocket. Why? Because humans are wired for connection. We keep commitments more easily when someone else knows about them. The energy boost. So, what's on the other side of this discipline? Wins worth fighting for. 1. Improve focus. Without constant notifications, your attention deepens. Work feels more satisfying, and you get things done faster. 2. Deeper sleep. Screens disrupt melatonin, the sleep hormone. Less scrolling before bed means richer, more restorative rest. 3. Stronger relationships. When your eyes look at people instead of pixels, bonds strengthen. You'll notice smiles, tone of voice, and unspoken moments you used to miss. These are not small wins. They are life-changing upgrades. Actionable takeaway. Don't try to master everything at once. Start simple. Commit to one no-phone evening every week. Put your phone in a drawer, silence notifications, and give that time fully to yourself, your loved ones, or your passions. At first, it may feel strange, like something's missing, but soon you'll realize nothing is missing. In fact, you've been missing this all along, the freedom to live fully present. And as you stack those evenings one after another, discipline becomes your new normal. The payoff? A life no longer drained by distraction, but fueled by purpose. Reclaiming your life and potential. Imagine waking up tomorrow and living an entire day on your terms, not your phone's. You rise without immediately checking notifications. You sip your morning tea or coffee in peace, noticing the warmth in your hands instead of the glow of a screen. You dive into your work or studies with focus, so deep that hours pass without distraction. Conversations with family or friends feel richer, unhurried. By evening, you look back and realize this was a day fully lived. That's the freedom waiting for you once you step out of the cycle of mobile addiction. And here's the truth. You don't need to throw away your phone or reject technology. You just need to take control of it before it takes control of you. Your phone should be a tool, not a trap. It should serve your goals, not steal them. Because behind every wasted hour of scrolling is a dream left untouched. A book you could have read. A project you could have finished. A conversation you could have had with someone you love. These aren't small losses. They add up, and over time, they define the gap between the life you have and the life you could be living. But here's the good news. You are worth more than your distractions. Your dreams are worth more than another endless reel. Your potential is waiting, not tomorrow, not someday, right now. The moment you reclaim your attention, you reclaim your power. The shift doesn't happen in one giant leap. It happens one decision at a time. Every time you put your phone down to focus, to listen, to create, you are building the life you truly deserve. And slowly, the noise fades, leaving room for clarity, passion, and peace. Actionable takeaway. Take 5 minutes today. Write down one goal you'll pursue with the time you free up from scrolling. Maybe it's learning a skill, starting a side business, writing a book, or simply spending more time with loved ones. Put on paper. Let it remind you that your time is precious, and now you're taking it back. Because once you reclaim your time, you don't just get hours back, you get your life back. We've walked through the journey together. Understanding the trap of mobile addiction, facing why it's so hard to quit, recognizing the hidden costs, and then building small but powerful shifts that lead to real freedom. You've seen that it's not about perfection, but about progress. Awareness, boundaries, replacement, discipline. These are the steps that take you from being controlled by your phone to being in control of your life. And remember this, phone addiction is real, but it is not unbreakable. Every single choice you make, to pause before unlocking, to set one boundary, to replace one mindless scroll with one meaningful action, pulls you closer to the life you're meant to live. The time you spend scrolling could be the time you spend building your future. It could be the time you spend deepening your relationships, sharpening your skills, chasing your dreams. Don't let those hours slip through your fingers. Choose wisely, starting today. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need to wait for tomorrow. The change begins right here, right now, with one decision: to take back your focus, your time, and your potential. If this message lit a spark in you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe so we can keep walking this journey together. Because your future deserves your focus, and together we'll make sure it gets it.